I didn't realize this, but you thought it was Herb Armstrong and Spike Aldrin that landed on the moon, and you're getting heat from your family because somebody in your extended family actually worked on the moon launch.
Yeah, Uncle Dick, who's a scientist, brainiac, and he moved down to Florida, lives in Anna Maria now, still with it, still very much with it. But yeah, he helped build the lunar module, and he is like as smart a man as they come. That's my bloodlines. That is what has trickled down. That is maybe why I thought I could get into Duke. But his immediate family down in Florida, who are listeners to the show, are, and apparently have been told by Uncle Dick himself, because he listens, offended big time that I could screw that up. Big time. That if anything I was supposed to know from American history, how many times I had it drilled into my head about Uncle Dick building the lunar module and how big a deal that was, that I should be proud of that. I should wear that as a badge of honor that I know stuff about NASA, and apparently I know nothing.
Now, Uncle Dick is on what side of your family?
He is on my father's side of the family. My dad's father's brother. So my dad's immediate uncle.
So how could Nancy come on these airwaves and say you get your stupid genes from your father?
She's a hater. I think that's what it comes down to. I think she turned around. Now, my cousins on my mother's side was the one that went to Duke. So I have real brainiacs on both sides of the family. But I think my mother, knowing this, has never really taken probably my Uncle Dick in Florida very seriously. He's frizzled hair. You know, he kind of looks like he fell out of the Magic School Bus cartoon show. And I think she's a little bit of a hater.
So Uncle Dick is very, very smart. I mean, he's accomplished and
he's a scientist, yeah.
He's a scientist, but he doesn't, he looks the part of Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yes. He looks like he stuck his finger in a socket and his hair got blown back, electrocuted, yes. But we love him anyway.
So I got stupid genes from his father's side.
I'm looking at a picture, actually a YouTube video of Uncle Dick right now. And Uncle Dick strikes me as a type of guy that would look very comfortable as a baron of industry in the 1840s.
That's fair.
A compliment?
Kind of looks like Uncle Dick, like, owned the railroads.
Yeah. That's fair. Uncle Dick is probably still wearing the same shirts from 1930 as well. He didn't throw anything out.
There's like a Cornelius Vanderbilt vibe coming from Uncle Dick. I guess it's because he's bald, but he has the hair behind and the long mutton chops as well. And he's got, I feel like, very established eyebrows.
Caps running in on the street.
And so if you're watching it...
Poor Uncle Dick. Oh, man. Poor Uncle Dick. Uncle Dick woke up one day with bedhead and never used a comb again.
He looks like a really nice guy, though. I mean, for being so smart and accomplished, he does look like a really nice guy.
Like a
Great
nice
guy.
chair.
Has always treated the family like we were all like his immediate grandkids. Great guy. I visited him in Florida just last year. The pandemic, checked in on Uncle Dick. Made sure he was doing all right.
And
sitting on a fabulous house on Anna Maria Island. Did well for himself.
Well, he worked on the freaking lunar module. Yeah. So did he work for NASA?
Yes. Yes, he did. Directly. That's why he moved from New York down to Florida.
Isn't it amazing that you had a direct...
I can't believe we have a 3-shot right now of you, me, and Uncle Dick.
At watchda.com or on Twitch. Isn't it amazing that you had a direct relative that worked for NASA and you thought Herb Armstrong landed on the moon?
I disappoint my family daily, clearly. And this, again, I am getting a lot of heat. I didn't even realize the cousins in Florida were listening to this show on a daily basis, but this has made the rounds, and I, again, am the black sheep of the family. Oh, big deal. You could talk about Jahan Dotson. Your uncle built the freaking lunar module.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's...
What a disgrace I am.
When we come back, we'll talk NFL draft with one of the best Pro Football Focus's Mike Renner, DA, CBS Sports Radio. Last hour, I should say, last segment earlier in the hour, Mr. Andrew Bogish, we were featuring Uncle Dick, Mraz's uncle, who actually worked on the lunar launch, the lunar module for NASA. And Uncle Dick was featured on the simulcast as we found a picture of him and Cap splashed him up there. He has a bit of a Titan of industry, 1850s kind of vibe. And Mraz has now let us know that on Facebook, Uncle Dick's a real dad joke kind of guy.
Okay.
So would you like to hear some of Uncle Dick's jokes?
Of course.
On Facebook? Okay.
Google, Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter.
Uncle Dick, I went to my ophthalmologist and told her I have double vision. She told me, keep one eye closed. Uncle Dick. Uncle Dick writes, a blonde called Delta Airlines and Kevin Griffin answered the phone. She asked, how long does it take to fly from New York to Hawaii? Kevin said, just a minute. So the blonde said, thank you, and hung up.
So
I also have this one for you. A lady lost her dog, and a policeman tells her she should put an ad in the newspaper. She says, that wouldn't do any good. My dog can't read.
So we understand now where Canadian bacon came from.
I got that part of his brain, not the scientist part.
Uncle Dick jokes.
He gets Marsha Show Worcestershire. Drops him on the floor. He thinks it's hilarious. Caulfield, I could have written that myself.
I'm proud of you, Junior.
You might be a dope, but you're a funny dope.
Don't let him get you down.
Just keep plugging away.
Worcestershire sauce was gold.
You're right. Does it make a noise? No one knows.
Montreal. I get it. That was good.
Hey, if a Montreal falls on the Knights in the arena and the fans had already left, does it make a noise?
If Herb Armstrong takes one giant leap on the moon, but Spike Aldrin's not there, did it make a noise?
You got something, kid.
They would go on to make Winnipeg loser peg.
I get it. They lost.
That's good. That's good.
Short and to the point.
I get it, they lost. Both teams will be playing for the Campbell Trophy, given annually to the Western Conference champ. So things could get very soupy in this series.
Kid, come here. If you need a closing line, say, try the veal. Always kills.
Also, tip your waitresses. That's another one.
You're going somewhere, kid. You're going somewhere. Punny stuff today. Very punny stuff.
A tree named Andrei Vasilevsky fell in the arena and quieted the building.
God, that was
Yeah,
terrible.
that one I don't get, kid. You lost me on that one.
Nick Holden made the Canadians as floppy as their bacon.
The one about the McCarran Airport. That one missed me, too.
The
Over my
Golden
head.
Knights take a series lead back to Vegas, where they look to make the Avalanche McCarran about the offseason.
Yeah, that didn't hit.
Oh, no.
So long. That's my favorite one. It's so long. It makes no sense.
Word of the wise. Quit while you're ahead on the airports.
Midway through the third period, with the score tied at 2. With the score 2-0.
Get it right.
Give us the McCarran Airport one again, because the lead-up is torturous.
Do you have the director's
Why
cut?
is Uncle Dick still on the screen? The Golden Knights take a series lead back to Vegas, where they look to make the Avalanche McCarran about the offseason.
Oh, like a bear hug to the end.
Colorado.
Imagine,
Felt like you were dropping your phone over a bridge. It's just going and you want to reach out.
imagine the secrets we could extract from prisoners of war by playing these jokes to them until they crash.
All the crimes would be solved.
I'll take the waterboarding. Just no more puns. No more puns.
Whatever name you need.
Pete DeBoer's head tried to come up with some meat as to how his team could lose this game.
Oh, that's about your dad, right? Because he works in the deli? All right. It's a little wordy, but...
I realize we have 7 different punchlines going on right now and 10 different bits, but can we just dial in on how dumb that pun was? Pete DeBoer said try to find meat of what? Can we just play this one again?
Pete DeBoer's head tried to come up with some meat as to how his team could lose this game.
What?
Screws up the end.
Trying to come up with some meat on how his team can lose? No one ever says that. That's not a phrase.
The McCarron one makes so much more sense than that.
I mean,
Try to come up with meat on how he lost. What does it ever
early in the second period, however, the Islanders would get a big break when Barclay center Goudreau took a cross-checking penalty.
Trying to come up with meat on how his team lost.
Me and Jock alone can't find anything Pete put in the system, but somehow he has every Canadian bacon pun left. We will, Brock you.
Oh.
Corey, Matthew, Perry did not want to be friends with them. That's good, actually.
I don't know how I've gone so long in life without this.
Semyon Varlamov, Oochie Varley Varley, Oochie Bang Bang, prevailed in net for the Isles as they hold on to win 5-4.
It is so
4
on the nose terrible.
And it's not supposed to be.
I know, that's the thing.
4.
Mraz isn't writing corny jokes. He's writing really good jokes that he thinks. But they're awful.
Uncle Dick's going to love this one. No.
We're about to have 2 months of this.
Fozzie Bear
All right,
would be
D.A., the
humiliated.
heavily favored Vegas Golden Knights found themselves in a very unexpected, all-tied-up 2-games-apiece series.
That was just a run-on sentence that I love.
Not even a joke. Pete just kept it because it's just a run-on sentence.
Midway through the third period, with the score tied at 2, with the score 2-0, the Golden Knights faced a crucial penalty kill. Alec Martinez tying the game with just over a minute left into the third period. Hold off the celebration poutine. We were headed to overtime. I miswrote that. Now I'm gonna have to go back to my notes. It will be a quick.
Yes.
It would be a quick session. Just over 9. Save the whole segment. It would be a quick
3, 2, 1. It's Canadian bacon.
All right, guys, here's what you need to know. The game now is tied. If you're following along.
It's not even hard for Connor to be better than you. He just has to talk, and he should be okay.
Someone that doesn't know sports could be better than that.
Get McCann in here.
Giving everyone's name wrong would be better.
Kyle Fortune knows hockey.
Uncle Dick's still on the screen.
What are we talking about? Hockey? Or tennis?
Well, Pete just dropped a really good Mike McCann impersonation.
Sponsor?
What are we talking about? Hockey? Shout.
Get away from my bowl. Tricks are for kids, you silly rabbit.
Well, now you got to tell the full story. You can't just drop a trick tagline and
We'll
not
get there.
explain it.
Maybe next segment. Let's just say the sponsor was General Mills.
And we are now 9 jokes off the original
I mean,
one.
really.
Now.
And it's not that long ago I was talking about Pro Football Focus grades with Mike Renner. How did we get here?
Right, you know,
That was
somebody
so
tuned in the
quick.
last 6 minutes went, did Depot get traded or not?
Uncle Dick has left the screen, by the way.
Yeah, we drove off the bridge real quick there, but it was so worth it. So Bogue says our headlines.
And they are sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com.
I'm just looking at the screen where Uncle Dick is just staring at you do this update.
We won't know for sure for a little while, but it certainly feels like the Jaguars made the wrong choice at number 1 last night. Georgia's Trayvon Walker over Michigan's Aiden Hutchinson. The Wolverines certainly happy to now be a Lion.
Being in Michigan my whole life growing up and now being able to stay home in Detroit, I mean, it's so surreal to be in this position. I can't even believe I'm with Detroit. Like, it's just even, you hear some things, but now that I'm actually seeing it, it's wild.
Can't wait for his AT&T commercial 10 years from now when he wins somewhere else. That's Hutchinson on Westwood 1. Round 1 began with 5 defenders. Corner Derek Stingley Jr. went third to the Texans. The Jets used number 4 on Cincinnati corner Sauce Gardner, and Oregon D lineman Kayvon Thibodeau landed with the Giants at number 5. There was also a record 5 Georgia defenders selected last night, with Jordan Davis going to the Eagles, Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt going to the Packers, and safety Lewis Seen going to the Vikings. Linebacker Nakobe Dean just heard his name with Mike. He might be one of the first names called in round 2 tonight. The first offensive player picked last night was NC State left tackle Ike Ekwonu to the Panthers at number 6. And 6 receivers went inside the top 20. That's a record, starting with USC's Drake London.
Oh, I keep saying 5. 6 receivers went last night.
Yeah. According to NFL's emails to me.
I would believe them over me.
Probably. I'm also the middleman. It could say 6, could say 5, and I can't read or write. The Eagles have been picking receivers in round 1 recently, but last night they traded for one instead, getting A.J. Brown from the Titans for number 18. Philly then reportedly gave Brown a 4-year extension with $57 million guaranteed. One non-draft note, Chargers-Chiefs from Arrowhead will be the first Thursday night game on Amazon.
Mraz is giggling because now Cap has 2 different Uncle Dick screenshots up on the simulcast, and both of them look completely nonplussed. He is not impressed by anything that we are doing right now. He is definitely judging us from afar
And
in
we
that
deserve
rocking
it.
chair that he's in.
Oh, man.
He tried to make the world a better place by getting humans to the moon.
Well, he just made my world a better place.
NBA last night, Doc Rivers will have to blow another big series lead somewhere else. His Sixers stopping their 2-game slide closed out the Raptors emphatically, 132-97 in Game 6 in Toronto. The Suns also moving on, a 115-109 win in Game 6 in New Orleans. All it took was Chris Paul hitting all 14 shots he took for 33 points, the best shooting performance in postseason history, and the Mavs sent the Jazz home 98-96 in Game 6 in Utah. So those 2 teams, Phoenix and Dallas, played in round 2 starting Monday. Also on Monday, Game 1 for the Sixers and the Heat in Philly. DA, back to you.
Thank you, Bogues. Speaking of, when we come back, we'll talk about the Suns dispatching of their foes without Devin Booker. DA, CBS Sports Radio.